Okay. What's going on, everybody? This is your buddy Polly, your YouTube's visual storytelling storyboard mentor over here on YouTube. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing a great day. I've had so many wonderful conversations with so many folks today, and in the spirit of everything, I told a few of my students, "Hey, listen, I'm going to go and jump on and do a live session tonight." And so hopefully folks see me out there doing a live stream and you guys join in and hang out. We've been having fun. I enjoyed our last live stream. I don't think was it even yesterday? I don't even remember if it was yesterday or not. But had some fun. We did some cool drawings and some different stuff here. We did some vampires and some cool drawings, and we got into a really great conversation talking about the rule of thirds and how to do that, and sort of talking about the rule of thirds and how do we do that for your composition for your shots, and explain that. So go watch one of those. I think it was our last quick sketch session. Some good questions coming up with folks, and then just having some fun with some sketches. So today I was thinking about I was doing this drawing. I might finish this drawing a little bit, but I said to myself, maybe we'll work on gesture. We'll do it on full bodies and stuff, and have some fun with this. Cool. So I got my coffee here. I'm gonna put this over here. Get this over the side. Have some fun with you good friends. I'll get this other way. There's a shadow there. So I can drink my coffee while we're working and just sort of having fun. We'll smooth this. We're already started here. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. If we haven't met before, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist and created this channel and for fellow artists. So if you're somebody that is trying to level up your work, somebody who's just getting into storyboarding and visual storytelling, whether you're for live action storyboards, or if you're an animation artist or a comic artist, this might be the channel for you to check out. And I got over 250 videos for you to peruse through. And whether you're learning about filmmaking, you're learning about composition or basic drawing, or learning about storyboarding, this might be the channel for you. We got a lot of friends jumping on. Hi Ken, how you doing? Family Fun, how you doing? Raphael, Daman, and Nifty, what's going on, everybody? Gosh, great to see so many awesome people joining in and hanging out. I usually host my sketching after hours session on Thursday nights, and I wanted to make sure I spent some time. I've been meeting with a lot of my students today and helping them on their storyboarding and visual storytelling career paths, and I thought I'd sit down and just do some sketching with you guys. So these are some of we had a good session the other day. Like I was saying before, we based it all on some sort of basic rules of cinematography and things like that. We had a good conversation, so check it out. So it's not, I don't even know if I'm gonna finish this quick drawing here. I'm using some simple tools. I'm just using a regular Uniball pen, just a black pen. I usually have my trusty fine Sharpie. I also have my chisel, and sometimes I'll throw a color in there too. So this is the tools, and my main point of why I sketch with pen is when you're sketching with pen, you need to be exact. You don't get to noodle around like you do with pencils and things like that. I love it because it helps you be strategic in your drawing, or your lines, or the strokes you're putting down. You have to be sort of very focused on what you're doing. Yeah, I make mistakes too, but this is just a sketch and having fun with it. But anyway, these are the tools that I use, and I use these type of tools too because just because you have a fancy software program or a tablet or whatever, you can still storyboard and still tell stories. Some of the greatest films have been made on paper napkins, if you can believe that, in putting those shots together. So anyways, I just wanted to share some of that stuff. Nifty says that's cool. I've been doing art for 7-8 years now. I've always been interested in art, and it's my hobby. Cool. It's awesome. Glad you could hang out with us today. all different types of. I got pros on here. I got animation folks, a lot of comic book folks. Whether it be for animation, live action, in terms of storyboarding. So I'm just having fun, and this is something I usually do. And if I can use simple tools, you can use simple tools too. I was joking around with one of my students that one day I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna just board using a crayon and just tell the stories with that today. So today I'm gonna sort of finish this up real quick and just having some fun. But we're gonna go and we're gonna work on gesture drawings today. I figured that would be sort of a fun thing. I haven't done that for a while, and I was like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go do that and have some fun with that here. So when I'm storyboarding and just drawing and stuff like that, I'm just sort of thinking of cool ideas and how pull things together, and I just sort of have fun. With what I'm doing here. Where did my pen go? There it is. I just have some fun here. We're going to get started here in just a second and get into some gestures. Just having some fun here. Cool. Okay, so let's do some gestures and just have some fun. I try to work small when I'm doing gestures and try to keep it there and just have some sort of fun. I'm going to use simple figures as I'm drawing here. Might help I put my glasses on. It's okay. Got to be able to see. Cool. So I'm always thinking of simple shapes. Cool, Quentin. Hey Paul, I've been doing some gesture drawing this past week, doing 30 seconds and 1 minute poses for 10 to 30 minutes. Cool, awesome. That's amazing. That is amazing. I like that. That's cool. Excellent. How long have I been doing art? Well, I've been doing art. Oh, professionally, I would say I've been a professional artist now for 30 plus years. And enjoy it. As I've always drawn, I started off in school wanting to become a doctor. And started that way. So I've been working a long time. Worked in a lot of different arenas. But right now I'm focusing live action storyboards and teaching a lot too. Worked in all different areas of work. And you know what? No matter how long you practice, I still practice. A lot of people get shocked. You still practice? Yeah. I was talking to some of my students today, and I was like, yeah, I think you always need to practice. I think it's so important to put that pencil mileage in. Well, you must be a pro. My uncle that is in Florida, he draws Marvel stuff. Cool. So it kind of runs in my family. Awesome. I've never tried working for Marvel yet. Maybe one of these days I'll get to work on one of these big Marvel films. Waiting for that. One day, you never know. You never know. Take a sip of my coffee while we're hanging out. Hope you guys are drawing along. If you folks are new to the channel, again, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you popping in and hanging out with me, and you know, take a gander at the channel. I got over 250 videos. So if you're somebody that's a visual storyteller, storyboard artist, if you're somebody just starting your journey, or if you're somebody who's trying to level up, or you're a pro out there too, there's a lot of content on here for you guys to take a peek at and sort of play a la carte. Pick out those things that you enjoy watching. And hopefully, you know, when I try to, one of the big things I do with the channel is I try to help other artists out there by sharing my story and my processes with you. So, you know, if there's something there that you can get some imagery off of, you know, and give you a hand, appreciate you hanging out and being with me. So I'm just sort of doing some gesture drawings and hanging out, and throw another one in here too. Just trying different things and just playing around. I'm not necessarily using stick figures, but just having fun here. That's cool. It's always good to have family talent. So I'm just hanging out here tonight. Like I said, I told a few of my students I'd be online chilling out. Yeah, we had a good session the other day. We talked about filmmaking and the rule of thirds and stuff like that, and sort of see some of the other work we've been working on and just having fun. And I try to tell, when I'm just putting together roughs or rough storyboards, I usually work rough like this, and then I go digital from there. Just I work out my thoughts and just strike it down. And I started this strategy many years ago. So when I'm working with, or when you used to actually work live, now you work Zoom a lot. But when I work live, I just sit down and with my copy paper and stuff like that, and just be able to rattle these images off real quick. And that's where all the you sit there and go, well, why do you practice so much? Is because I want to put the practice in so I can just sit down and have a conversation and knock stuff out. And if I'm telling a story, I can knock these images out really quickly, and then I can go and thumbnail very quick, and then go from there and tell the story that I'm trying to tell. So if I have a sort of a big massive shot or something like this, I can explain a lot in just one piece of paper, and just show that image and what I'm doing. And now it's over Zoom, and we can work sort of digitally and new techniques and stuff like that. But I still go back to this because I want to be able to draw at any time and draw whatever I need to do or close enough, and then go get some reference from there to go do my storyboards from there. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee while I'm hanging out with you guys, sharing. And so I'm not looking for precision. I'm just sort of like, am I telling story? Am I trying different things? What is it that I'm doing? And how can I tell that story? So let's try some other stuff. I usually just have a piece of paper underneath. It's just gets all the bleeds from the copy paper. Put another sheet up. Sometimes I just draw real light. Hope everybody's having a good night as we're hanging out and chilling. Cool to have so many folks hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. So I'm doing these drawings. I'm just doodling and having fun and practicing. I'm not looking for the quality of the art, just sort of like, do I feel the emotion? Do I feel what's going on? If it's something like this, it's like, is that just all the bubbles? Of the water. If everybody's having fun just drawing and sketching along, have fun doing these sketch sessions just if you're just hanging. Just trying different things. See where it goes. Appreciate everybody hanging out. If you're enjoying yourself, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button to be notified next time I'm posting. Yeah, done quite a few gestures tonight. Just hanging out and trying different things. See where it goes. Just sketching on some copy paper. Appreciate everybody dropping in live. If not, you're watching this on the replay. Thanks so much. Just playing around here. Hey Alex, how you doing? How can someone work on expressions? Expressions, okay. I would say when you're working on expressions, um, use simple forms. And it's like anything else. Use simple forms in terms of what you're doing. You always see those things where it's like you have the circles of the people. And just using those simple shapes, it's the same thing as you get something complicated, as a drawing. And think of those simple iconic forms. If you're drawing somebody, it's just sort of, say somebody's just chilling. You got a male character that's just sort of He's happy, content. You know, it's just a simple gesture, you know, a little grimace. Practice simple. And then you can get more complicated. You know, in terms of what you're doing. So start simple. Start those basic shapes you learned as a little kid, and then just add it into your character. You know, whether it be something like this or you know, even if it's simple. Or it's cartoony or whatever. Bewilderment or it's just using this simple forms, even if somebody was sad and you're doing a female character. You can sort of see the simple character come in there. I would say if you're just starting off and you're not familiar, use reference. You know, look up some expressions for reference. And then once you get experience, like I'm just doing right now, I'm just freehanding stuff, drawing emotions. And the rest is just simple. If you start with this simple sort of icon type of sketch, you can get a lot of image. I think we could even get her just a little bit more. As we're working. Yeah, but use those, I would say use those simple expressions, add it into your image, and you can start, you know, working on those simple things and just practice those, you know, practice that work, you know, and, you know, you can get all different types of expressions going. Let's drop here. Talking gesture, but we're also talking expression. Good question, though. But it's like, It's practicing just different different expressions. Yeah, no, it helps me, when I'm storyboarding, it helps me to block out color real quick. Do all sorts of stuff. Thanks for joining, Jose. I have to translate that, Jose. My Spanish is really rusty. Alex likes the Sharpie over the pen. Yeah, so study reference first and then start drawing from your imagination from them. Buddha Belly, always a pleasure, my friend. Yeah, we've done a lot of drawings tonight. We've got this. Did a bunch of gesture drawings. Stuff like that. Some good conversations on emotions and drawing emotions. See if I draw something else here. But yeah, like I said, just keep it simple, Here, let's try to use this corner here. When wanting to practice storyboards, what would you recommend? I was giving the advice to a student earlier today, and I'm about ready to come out with my membership program here soon. So if you're wanting to learn how to storyboard, we could teach it. So I always say start off with a single drawing. If you can tell a story with one drawing, you're going to start off really good. Think of it sort of like a beat board. And if you can tell a story with one drawing, think of it like a comic strip. In the U.S., on the U.S. Sunday papers, you had something like The Far Side or Family Circus or Hokum, Dennis the Menace, that type of thing, where it's a single image, and if you could tell a story with a single image, you're telling a story, visually telling the story. And then from there, you can tell, like I was recommending with one of my students, is can you tell a setup, conflict, resolution? Can you tell a 3-act structure in 3 images? Think of it like comic strips, like Calvin and Hobbes, something like that. And if you can go boom, 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 like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, because all storyboarding is you're visually telling stories, and you need to see all the images working together. Like if you're clicking through a film strip, watching those boards go by. A little bit different than comics, and in terms of how you're seeing this. And you know, if you can tell a single image story, then you can tell like set up conflict resolution, a 1, 2, 3 steps. Think about Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, because that's all you're doing. You're opening up your scene and establishing your shot or your sequence, and every image needs to count, and each image is pushing the story along or giving the audience information in terms of what you're doing. So start there, and those would be a couple quick practices of how to get started and get going with storyboarding. And if you can do that, you can storyboard 100 shots in terms of what you're doing here. We were just talking about, I guess we went on into a expression type of thing here. And a lot of these I'm just sort of having fun coming up with it myself. This is what all the practice is for, so when you're practicing all the time. How does your program work? I'm about ready to launch it soon, and I'm finalizing those things. So if you want, shoot me an email, and I'll leave you my contact information is on my YouTube channel, and I'll be utilizing my Buy Me a Coffee platform to do my membership. But I want it to be, I'm trying to make it work. What I'm going to do is have the membership, and then you can get the discounts to live workshops and things like that. So if you'd like to learn more, yeah, shoot me an email. If you don't know how my email, I'll write it down for you real quick on this page. You can reach me at mr.paul, .angeli@gmail.com. And that's how you can reach me if you want more information, Alex. And once I launch, I'll be happy to share it with you. So a bunch of cool stuff today. Appreciate any other questions. I'll leave it open for a minute or two. If there's any other questions? Any questions? Yeah, no problem. Happy to help out. Yeah. I'm going to be using my Buy Me a Coffee site. Right now I do one-on-one mentoring. But then I'm about ready to open it up because I know not everybody can do the one-on-one mentoring, but I want to make sure there's tools and resources there for folks to learn and have some fun, because we've just been doing a lot of sketches and having fun. We were working on this the other night just to show some of the work. I think somebody asked me some good questions yesterday about the rule of thirds, and so we were doing some sketches on the rule of thirds. You can sort of see, and this is how I tend to thumbnail and sketch stuff out to make it easy, for you guys to learn how to storyboard and have some fun, do different things. Other little techniques I do too is, using simple tools and using something like Post-it notes are great too to tell your stories, and you can do a lot of storytelling just with some simple tools, and happy to hang out. So something like this was just easy. What's a good tip for getting a good amount of variety in your shots in a scene? Depends on what you're doing, Alex. Are you working in live action? Are you working in animation? Are you working those things? Because when I'm working in live action, and let's just say like over here, I'm doing some sort of fight sequence or something, and putting that fight sequence together, and you got to think about budgets and shots. If you think storyboarding, I try to work wide, meaning like like a wide shot would be like an establishing shot. I work from my wide shots to my medium shots to my close-ups, and to show the emphasis of what I'm doing. So, remember we were just talking about with your single story shots, to get practice on storyboarding, or doing a setup, a conflict and a resolution, 1, 2, 3 steps. I usually move those, the more intensity, the closer the shot, and first you need to know your shots. Hey, Pax Knight, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? You need to know your shots, and what your extreme wide angle, full shot, what's a master shot. You need to know all your shots, and then I sort of work from, depending on the beats or what's moving the story. I want to get closer and closer in the action, then pop back out or go back in and show, depending on what is the essence behind that sequence. So I hope that answers the question. And I think it's, when you're thinking of live action, you're thinking about coverage, and when you're drawing a sequence and you're drawing a storyboard, you're thinking of the shots, and you're thinking of the coverage of what you're doing. Think about like this, when I'm drawing these shots, think about this as I am my creativity of what I'm doing here is I'm the actual camera right now. And I'm shooting this film in my mind as I'm doing these drawings. That's why I put a ton of practice into drawing every day and trying different things and putting sequences together, because I'm thinking as a filmmaker, and in my mind I'm going, okay, what's the first shot? What's the second shot? What's the third shot? How am I going to tell this story? Do I push in? Do I pull out? Do I tilt? How do I pan? How do I move this camera in terms of the storytelling I'm trying to do? What's the best bet to get that? Do I need to have an establishing shot like this, and I want to push in really close on that character? You have to play with that, and that's why one of the exercises I teach with a lot of my students is just using everyday post-it notes and putting that sequence together, because no matter which way you put these images, how is that sequence going to move for you? And think about the edit. There's a lot to it, but to break it down to simple terms, I think you need to know your shots, and I go from wide into the importance of that shot. So, and then I might pop back out again if I'm establishing a new setup and where all the characters are in that sequence. So there's a lot to it, but that's some basic tips, and I do hope that helps you out, Alex. Paxton, how you doing? Are you drawing, buddy? I know you are. Cool. So great. We're almost at an hour here. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I've been talking a lot. Any other questions? I'll leave it open for a couple more if you need it. Cool. I'm glad you're doing well. Great conversation we had today, Pax Knight. Good stuff. Happy you're able to jump on the stream. So on the stream, Pax Knight, we were talking about a bunch of different things here. We were talking about expressions and using simple forms, sort of icons of expression, and telling stories, whether if you're a simple character, cartoon character, or whatever, but trying different things, in terms of. Cool, I did too. Thank you, Pax Knight. It was great to meet with you. And we did a little bit of gestural drawing today too, but we got really heavy duty into some gestures and having some fun. Any other questions, folks? While we're live and we got some good stuff. Alex is asking some great questions. Anybody got anything else? I'll leave it open. Leaving it open. While we're hanging, chilling. Buddha Belly, anything? Jose, I'll have to translate that for myself. Cool, appreciate you dropping in. Got a lot of good people on. Cool. Drop those questions in if you got a question. Do. Do you use a mirror for reference for making expressions? I used to all the time when I was animating. Today I just sort of, if there's something I'm stuck on, you know what I'll do is I'll take a picture of myself. I don't use so much the mirror. I'll take a picture and I'll do it that way. Yeah, I'll take a picture. Okay, so yeah, the question for PAX Night was, do you use a mirror? When I'm animating, sometimes I do, but just for general stuff, I just use more, when I'm storyboarding, you just want to get the basics, you know, what's happy, what's sad, what's mad, you don't need to go into super details like you would as an animator to show the facial movements. Buddha Belly says, I'm good tonight. Happy you can jump on. Alex asked another question. Maybe some daily practices for storyboarding, or is it just trying multiple single beats or low scene shots? I, here's something I would go do. Alex, good question. A homework for you, my friend. And I do this with a lot of my students. Buddha Belly would know. Would be do reverse storyboards. So if you're not familiar with storyboarding a lot, I want you to do something called reverse storyboards. And so you go, Polly, what is a reverse storyboard? What I want you to do is go pick out your favorite movie. Okay, so pick favorite movie. Pick a sequence. That moved you. And what I want you to do is draw each shot of that sequence. Okay, so this will help you learn how to storyboard. Okay, to a certain degree. There's a lot to learn how to storyboard, but storyboard, and I'm going to pick out Sir Ridley Scott. Okay, Sir Ridley Scott did Blade Runner, he did Gladiator, he did Alien, he did all these movies. And so let's just say, let's just say my favorite movie is Alien. Not that it is, but it's a good movie. And I'm going to go and I'm going to reverse storyboard a sequence in Alien. And maybe it is the sequence at the end of the movie where Ripley is played by Sigourney Weaver, is ready to get into the cryo sleep tube, and there's still one more alien in there, and the alien is up into the piping system. If you've seen the movie, and she has to battle this alien to get it off the ship. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to pull that movie up, whether I know we had it for free on YouTube here, but have it, and I want you to go and just watch the film, get to that sequence that moved you, and I want you to pick a sequence that made you scared, made you feel something, made you feel action-packed, whatever it might be, and I want you to reverse storyboard it, meaning you're not doing it backwards, you're just going to go and grab that sequence or that scene, and you're going to storyboard that scene from shot to shot to shot, and you're going to sit there, and when you're doing those, and I'm just talking thumbnail, shots like this. Okay, characters here, let's just say Ripley is, getting herself ready, whatever it might be. is it doesn't have to be complicated, and the alien is up into the rafters or whatever. Just draw that sequence shot by shot by shot, and you're going to learn why the filmmaker picked those shots. How did it move you? Was it by sound, visually? Turn the sound off. I usually, when I'm reverse storyboarding, I don't listen to the sound or the audio or the voices or the acting or anything like that. I'm just looking at those shots, and I'll sit there and I'll go and I'll reverse storyboard that. And not to go and show this as my work, but I'm going to go learn that sequence. I started doing this when I got into storyboarding, and I was studying, great. See if this will work or not. Okay, well, I guess I got my phone finally back up and running again, but that's okay. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody for hanging out, and sorry for the interruption there on the live stream. But again, we were talking about the reverse storyboarding. So find that film that you like, your favorite film. Pick a sequence that moved you, made you feel energized, made you cry, and then go ahead and draw each of the shots of that sequence. And keep it really simple, keep it loose. And the whole point of this exercise or this homework is to learn how to storyboard your sequence, and learn from that. So when you go to storyboard, you could use that knowledge that you learned from visually storytelling those different movies. But anyways, I just want to say goodnight. Thanks again for everybody hanging out. I'm sorry that my phone died out of juice, and wanted to close this out strong. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. Till then, everybody have a great night, and I will see you next time.